Hello everyone and welcome to Motorcyclegear.com. Today we're taking a look at the brand new Faster 4 shoes from ALPINESTARS. Brand new for spring 2025 are the Faster 4 shoes from ALPINESTARS. And yes, the 4 in their name does mean that they are in their 4th generation. Now the Faster 4 shoes do come in both a men's and a Stella variant, and if you're not familiar, the Stella line is ALPINESTARS' women's line. With that said, the Faster 4 shoes are considered a sport riding shoe, and they are CE rated with a 1221 CE rating. Let's talk colors. There are 4 choices available in the men's: an all black version, a black, gray, and red, a black and white, as well as a black, white, and red. For the women's or Stella variant, there are 3 options: one that is all black, one that is white and black, and finally black and diva pink. Taking a look at sizing for the Faster 4 shoes, it is going to be a US based size chart. Now for the men's, we have sizes from 7 up to 14, and then for the women's, a size 5 up to an 11.5. For me personally, I normally wear a US size 12, whether it's on or off the bike, and in this case, I did try on a size 12 Faster 4 shoe, and it fit me exactly as I would expect it to. So my sizing advice here is get whatever US size you normally wear, and you should have a pretty good fit. Let's go ahead and start on the outside here. The main construction is going to be a advanced microfiber that does incorporate seamless thermo-welded panels, which according to ALPINESTARS does deliver a lightweight performance, as well as flexibility and structural integrity. Now taking a look at the outside here on the main side, you do have a ALPINESTARS logo. It looks to be kind of printed on. It is reflective from a light shining standpoint, but it is not reflective material. It's just kind of a glossy finish. From the A-Stars logo, the point will actually head into the toe slider here. Kind of a nice touch where the accent color connects to the A-Stars logo. Now I did say toe slider. There is a toe slider here. Obviously not going to be as robust as you would find on, say, a racing boot, and it's not going to be replaceable. It is actually a part of the shoe. It is stitched in, but it is TPR, and it is nice to have. So if you do get a little bit aggressive, you do drag some toe, you have a little bit of extra protection there, and then obviously a little bit of extra protection against your natural wear and tear. And then moving back from the toe slider, you do kind of have a continuation here. This is going to be the same material as the toe slider going all the way up across the shoe. It's that same TPR. You do have a nice and subtle little ALPINESTARS logo here all spelled out, and then another nice touch of accent color right here. A little bit of a kind of a design, almost like a honeycomb design in the material here as well. And then right below that, you do have just a little bit of perforation in that microfiber. All right, so from there, we are going to make our way to the back of the shoe. We do have one more A-Stars logo here. This particular one's going to be actually etched into the heel protector. And speaking of the heel protector, this is going to be a TPR heel protector. It is going to be a new design, and ALPINESTARS states that it actually provides additional lateral rigidity, so nice to have that there. Outside of the heel protector, right above it, we do have some reflective material. It's not a lot of it, but it's enough to get the job done. It will give you that low light visibility if somebody is driving up from behind you. Speaking of the heel protector, it is pretty solid and quite robust in my opinion, especially when you consider that this is a shoe, not a boot. So especially for being a shoe, a good amount of protection here in the heel. Going up above the heel protection, you do have this panel up right here. As you can see, it is going to be perforated, it is going to be stitched, and it's kind of an accordion panel that helps with that movability in the heel area. And speaking of helping with movability, right above that, we've got this massive panel right here. This is going to be a super soft, super stretchy, and flexible material. It's really quite comfortable to the touch, but also too, as you're walking in the shoe, it gives a whole lot of flexibility and comfort, so your mobility is going to be top notch in this shoe. And then speaking of comfort, there's actually a lot of comfort features on the inside as well. You'll notice that the tongue itself is quite padded. Let me undo this here. You'll notice that the tongue itself is quite padded, as well as the inside of the shoe. And then you'll also notice that the material is perforated, so it does help with that breathability and comfort from a temperature standpoint. All right, and then as we make our way further into the inside, you will notice the CE tag right here. Again, the Faster 4 shoes did earn a CE 1221 rating, a pretty solid rating for a shoe this light and short, especially when you compare it to some of the ratings that are earned by racing boots. And then at the bottom here, you do have the inside. You'll notice the footbed right where the ALPINESTARS logo is. This is going to be a removable EVA footbed, which has a Lycra liner. Obviously, that's going to provide a little bit of extra comfort, a little bit more ease of getting in and out of the shoe, and with this being replaceable, if it does wear out over time, you do have the option to replace it pretty easily. And then before we move back to the outside, let's go ahead and touch on the ankles here. Real quick, they are very comfortable. You can definitely feel the structure and protection in them. Each side features TPU ankle protectors, so you definitely have the comfort and the protection as well. All right, so back to the outside, let's go ahead and talk about the closure. It is a traditional closure featuring laces, which works great for comfort, fit, and security. And then something that I think all lace-based closures should have is a top cover. That way your laces are covered and you are protected from your laces getting caught somewhere on your bike, right? So here, when you tie the laces, you do have a nice cover here. It's actually a pretty good size. It is going to be a TPR strap that does utilize Velcro to close. And again, once you close it up here, all the little loops and bows are fully covered, keeping you safe from your laces getting snagged. Again, pretty good size here. I do like how it looks. You do get a nice little touch of accent color here. A pretty subtle ALPINESTARS logo at the top, and then again that kind of honeycomb pattern that we've seen on other parts of the shoe. But again, looks good and is quite functional. All right, and then moving down from there, both the left and right shoe have the same design here in the shifter area. Granted, you do only shift with one foot, but for the sake of symmetry, they are identical. This here in the shifter area is going to be kind of an extra layer. It's got a bit of an inverse honeycomb design, and it is definitely raised and an extra layer over the rest of the shoe. What this is going to do basically is protect you from that extra wear and tear that shifting does cause to a shoe. So again, on the one side, it's just kind of for design purposes, and then on the shifter foot, it's going to be there for that protection piece. And then lastly, on the front here, we do end up in the toe area. The toe is going to be comfortable, but at the same time, it is going to be safe, as there is a full toe box here that does offer good protection to keep your toes safe. All right, and then making our way to this side of the shoe, you will notice that the nice design touches continue. There is going to be a ALPINESTARS Protects logo right here, right underneath the shifter protection. You'll notice that it has a bit of a gloss finish to it, which is going to make it stand out nicely against this matte finish right here. And then as we make our way over to the ankle, you will notice a black outline around the accent color. Nice little A-Stars logo in there as well. Again, overall, in my opinion, a very nice looking shoe. All right, so last but not least, let's go ahead and take a peek at the bottom. A pretty cool looking design on the sole. Here at the heel, you are going to have a spelled out ALPINESTARS logo, and then looking at the toe, you do get one more A-Stars logo here in the accent color. Now, looking at the design overall, it is not just here to look good or to look cool. It does actually also promote grip. And overall, this sole is going to be made out of a new rubber compound that ALPINESTARS says was designed specifically to provide excellent texture grip and excellent shock absorption. Now, additionally, the sole does have a integrated shank. It's going to go pretty much the entire length of the shoe here, and this shank is going to keep the shoe from getting crushed. So if it, for example, your bike was to fall on your foot, the shoe is not going to crush, and it'll help keep your foot safe. Now, additionally, this shank is going to also promote enhanced sole support overall, extra durability at the heel as well, which obviously is going to be very important to keeping your feet safe. And then last but not least, there is going to be another touch of accent color right here. It's visible from the side and from the bottom. Again, just a nice overall design touch to finish out a really nice looking shoe. Overall, the Faster 4 shoes from ALPINESTARS do offer plenty of protection, especially when considering that it is a short shoe. They definitely offer a sporty and modern look. In my opinion, a very good looking shoe overall. With that said, range of motion is also excellent, as well as overall comfort, so definitely a shoe worth checking out. Now, one thing to note, in the past, ALPINESTARS has offered a waterproof or dry star version. They have offered a normal version like the one that we looked at today, as well as a air and ride knit version as well. In the case of the Faster 4s, so far there is only one version at the time of this recording, and that is going to be that normal version. Not sure if ALPINESTARS will release other versions in the future, but as of right now, that is the only style that is available. Again, if you are looking for a comfortable, modern looking riding shoe that's sport based, the Faster 4s are definitely worth checking out. All right, so that's going to be it for the Faster 4 shoes from ALPINESTARS. Be sure to visit Motorcyclegear.com. Hit us up in the comments down below via phone or email, as we're always here to help you out. with your motorcycle gear needs. Thank you all for watching. Till next time.